Okay, if you have two patterns you want to merge together so that they would become one, this is how I would do that. Something maybe you have created yourself. Go into PatternCad, and I'm just going to bring up a pattern that's already in here, but let's say you've already designed your own to look like this, and I'm going to pick this curlicue right here. All right, open. And now I'm just going to move my screen over here at the bottom right, just so that's kind of centered. So the first thing I would do is I want to highlight all of this design, and I do select all over here on the right. Then if you come up to the top, this little button here, which is a copy and paste. So if you just click that, it makes a second copy of that curlicue. And I know it looks funny because they're on top of each other. So then you want to come over here to move. And let's make the step kind of large so it'll move further at once. And then you use these arrows to move it over. Now then you would just use these arrows, maybe changing the step down and so forth, to move it over so that the two would merge. Another thing you could do before you merge the two, let's say you want to flip this. So I'm going to come over here to flip and see how it flipped it side by side. So now I can come back to the move and move it over, and just try to line those two lines up as easy as you can. We'll fix that in Optimize. So right now the design is going to start here. It's going to stitch out the first curlicue and stop. Then it wants to come over here and stitch this curlicue and end here. And we want to change that. So come up to Optimize at the top. And instead of having the second curlicue to start here and end here, we're going to reverse that. So I would just come down to the bottom and select Auto Reverse. And now you can see the green dot is where it's going to start. So it's going to stitch the first one and end, then it's going to start the second one and end over here. But you notice that it says 1 up here at the top and 2. So it thinks these are two separate designs, and you can merge those together by doing this. Come at the bottom and click Check for Breaks, do Animate Stitching, and when you get to this part which says you want to remove this break, you do. So click Yes, and then at the end, do you want to connect the first and last? No. Now it's all one design. And if you animate stitching, you'll see that it's going to stitch completely through. And then if you're doing this as a pantograph and you've added more to the side, it'll just keep starting here, which would be this part right here. And then it starts on the left and ends on the right. Okay, so then we select OK. And now you can select, unselect all, and that's your design. I hope that answers your question for what you needed.